Hello, this video is meant to be a tutorial for you guys who are on Premiere Pro version 26 in class. And this is for the echo trippy effect thing that we went over in class. I'm going to be following this paper, but I'm going to be changing a couple of things. So I'm going to show you how to do that, and then I'm also going to show you how to mask out an object to then later use for putting the spotlight in the background. So if I come over here, you see I already have the clips added. I'm going to be using clip 7 and clip 13 like we did in class, but I'm going to be doing it a little bit differently, and then I'm also going to show you how to put the spotlight on there. So let's start with dragging our clips in after you've made your sequence already. Just going to drag them in and then unlink this one here. Unlink. So that way you could just delete this audio track. And then fill frame for both of these, fill frame. And then the part that I'm going to be doing this at is when he goes lit like a candle light. And then on this beat is when I'm going to switch it. So it's going to do the trippy effect for 7 frames. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I might do 8. I'm going to do 8. And this is the pose that we're going to be tracking into. So I need to fix the positioning of this 13 clip. So for that, I'm going to put a guide in for me, so that way I could easily line up this 13 clip to that. So once that looks about good, and you like the way it transitions, so I'll show you one more time the transition. You take the first frame here, and you hit this camera icon to export frame, and you export the frame, name it what you would like. So I'm going to name this trippy effect frame. So I'm going to name it trippy effect frame. Format it to a JPEG, hit OK, then it exports the frame. It shows you where it exports it. Trippy effect frame, it's right there. So then you take this, drag it in, and now you have your frame. Huzzah, eureka, they say. So now that you have the frame, you still got a little bit of work to do. So from here, we want to have about 8 or so frames for it. Oh, I just realized you didn't see me adjusting it at all. This is where you adjust the clip here. So when you're adjusting that, this is the properties panel. That's where you adjust everything. I'm a terrible tutorial person. I'm going to get real small so that way you could still see me. Hello. But down here, you want to take it about 8 frames off of this. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is where you want the effect photo to line up. So now that you have that, the easy work is done. It gets a little bit harder here. So right here is the new object masking tool. And when you click that, it'll let you just click on the subject, and it automatically makes a mask of them. So then once it makes the mask, it comes over here to object mask. And what you do from here is you take this object mask and you pull it into opacity, and it automatically cuts it out for you. So then once that happens, you take this clip, go into motion, and take the position here and move it all the way off frame. Then once it's all the way off frame, you take the position and then go to the end here and move it all the way back. So usually that would be 640. And you could go to the last frame here to make sure it lines up for this next frame. So then when you watch it over again, it just goes across the frame. And it stops right when she does the move. So, now that we have that, we can go into effects. And in effects, you can put a Gaussian blur on it. I always spell it wrong. So, you go to Gaussian blur, you pull it over, and I usually go in the middle so that way I could still see it. And then when you see it, you go down to the Gaussian blur effect in this effect controls, and you do it to where you would like it. So I like this at about 8 or 9 when it first starts out. So when it's coming through, it's going to gradually go down in blur. And the way to do that is to start it here at the very start of your effect. You hit this clock thing here at amount, and then you go all the way to the end and put it down to 0. And then that would gradually make it less blurry. You can see it's more blurry there, less blurry there. So then, once that happens, it does that, and it goes to less blurry. So, once you get it there, you right-click, you go to Nest to make it a nested sequence. We're going to name it Nested Trippy. Hold up. Nested Trippy Effect. Sorry, I cannot spell today. There you go. So now it's nested. So now that you have that, on here, on the paper, as you can see, it says add echo. It says add echo effect. So in class, if you were doing it along with Ms. Dolnak, you go to here, and when you look up, wow, I can't do anything today. When you look up echo in here, it shows echo glow under video effects. We do not want that. We don't want that because the echo effect is going to make it duplicate going through. So instead, what you're going to do is you're going to hold down Alt and just drag this up and move it down 1 frame. When you move it down 1 frame each time, it automatically just creates that echo effect that we're looking for, and it ends with each one. So it automatically does the echo effect without putting the echo effect on there, because there is no echo effect. Because if you put this echo glow on here, I'll just demonstrate. If you put this echo glow on here, it just does a shine around her, and that's it. It doesn't do the duplication effect that we're looking for. That's the way you do the echo effect. I just realized I had no desktop audio for that. But basically, you didn't really need audio for it, honestly. But you saw what we just did. So, this is how to do the echo effect without doing the echo effect, because there is no echo effect in the effect controls. So, now that we have that done, I now hear you asking, George, how do you do this, like, masking thing? Well, you remember how we did the mask tool beforehand? I'm just going to demonstrate at the beginning here. Actually, you know what? I'm going to do this on a different one, or on top of clip 13, because clip 13 is better for masking specifically. So, now that we have that, I'm going to go to Object Mask here, Object Mask tool, click on our subject, and then if you just go here, it's going to leave that still frame there. We don't want that. We want to have the whole subject the entire time get masked out. So we're going to hit this track selected mask forward, and it's going to automatically track our subject throughout the whole clip that you want to do it in. So once that's done, in 1 second, cool. So now you could give it a watch, and and she's selected in red that whole time. So that's cool. After that, what we want to do is we want to pull this video up into the next layer. So what we're going to do is we're going to hold Alt, drag that up, and that's going to be up here. So now that we have that, we could still highlight this, and it's still going to select her only. Cool. So now that we have that, we're going to right click here on Object Mask, change it to an opacity mask, and then it's going to highlight her in a red line or a white line. So now all that we have to do is pull over this Spotlight PNG right here, and voila. And she's masked out in front of Spotlight. And it's that simple. It's really that easy. So one more time, I'm going to do it for you, just because I feel nice. I'm using clip 13. I'm going to have to unlink clip 7 real quick, so just give me a sec. You won't have to do this probably, because you'll have it automatically synced and everything. But I just unlinked clip 7 from the audio, so that way I can use the audio from this and not have to worry. So you then highlight your clip, go to opacity mask, object mask tool, click on your subject, hit this track selected mask forward. It's going to track it automatically for you, so that way you don't have to worry about it. And then once that's selected, you're going to take this Alt, drag up to the video track 3, select that, right click and make it an opacity mask, and then drag in your text or your photo that you want. And then it's that easy. That easy, guys. And I don't know about Premiere version 25 and if that's easy, if it's that easy, but I apologize if it isn't. Just another reason to switch to 26. But yeah, that's about it. Hopefully you enjoyed my tutorial. And yeah. Goodbye, see you later, goodbye. I'm going to go edit this video now and make it not bad. Okay, goodbye, see you later, goodbye. Have a good one, goodbye. I got to end the recording now. Okay, goodbye, see you later, goodbye.